Hey guys, my name is Taylor, and you probably know me as C Plus Hacker here on the channel. But I wanted to do something new for you guys, something that would be a little unique and kind of fun. And so I'm calling this the coding vlog. That name might change later on, but the idea here is that I want to show you guys my process for learning new skills like programming, technical skills, kind of how I go about making my videos, just all that sort of stuff. I just want to do some sort of behind the scenes look at how I operate. Now, I do admit that most of my learning takes place on YouTube. I typically learn the best through videos, so I watch a lot of videos, especially for learning programming. But I decided that for this series, you probably don't want to watch me watch videos, and so I'm going to be looking for different sources on the internet, different types of tutorials, more reading, and also more practicing and interactive things, so you guys can kind of get a look at like how you can approach learning a programming language. Um, for those of you who may not know one yet, or for those of you who are trying to learn a new one but aren't sure where to start, I'm going to start this learning Python. I don't know Python really at all. I mean, I can understand some of the basic syntax, but I don't really know how to write it or how to read it effectively. But it's a skill that I'd like to gain. And so, yeah, we're gonna start out just I'm gonna learn Python, and so this is kind of a new experiment. So please give me your feedback down in the comments below what you guys think of this and what you want to see. What Let me know what I can do better, that type of thing. Um, I'm just gonna kind of record myself learning. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Um, yeah, let's get started. So, for learning Python, the first place that I want to start is a website called learnxinYminutes.com. I think it's a pretty cool website. You guys should check it out. It's basically open source documentation, essentially, that people have created for all sorts of languages. I mean, there's tons. Some of these are really obscure, and the more popular ones have lots of translations to them, so that's pretty cool. So Python is right here. Um, so to preface this, I've looked at this page a little bit, but really not much. So I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but I think this is a good place to start. To just get going, learning how stuff works in Python. So to preface, I'm familiar with JavaScript, or I'm pretty conversational or fluent in JavaScript, C++, HTML, CSS, and a little bit of C. Um, that's kind of it, I think. So yeah, Python. This is one I've been wanting to learn for a while. So let's get going. So, just looking at this page, kind of the way this website works is they just write the code out in this big file, super long, just a single page, and then they put notes about it in code comments. So right here, it's telling us that a single pound is for single line comments, and then these triple quotes and or opening and closing with them is for multi-line comments. Okay, I love this. You have numbers. 3 equals 3. I wonder, are there other languages where that is not true? What does that mean? It's kind of funny. So 3 is 3, good. Math is what you'd expect. Usually plus, minus, and multiply is pretty standard across languages from what I've seen, but divide is where they tend to differ because it's all about integer division versus decimal division or float division. So it looks like with the single forward slash here, like even though it should be integer division, it looks like you get a decimal, like you get 7.0. So that's kind of interesting. And then apparently they have something separate for integer division, which is this double forward slash. So integer division rounds down for both positive and negative numbers. Okay, so like -5 divided by 3 would be like -2. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Um, it works on floats too. That's a little confusing. Why would you be using this on floats? I mean, oh. Probably what would happen is if you did like oh, I see. Okay, yeah, because 5 divided by 3 is not 1, but it's wait, 5 divided by 3. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So 5 divided by 3. Wow, why can't I not even think of that? Now I have to know. Okay, 1.66. Okay, so that makes sense. So it rounds down. So even though they're decimals, it doesn't give you that decimal answer of 1.66. It just gives you like 1.0. Okay, sorry guys. Math skills. Um, yeah, same thing for negatives. Okay, the result of division is always a float, right? Except if you use the double slashes. That's called. Okay, so that's good to know. And then if you don't have much experience with programming languages, this is an operator you should know about, modulo. And essentially, it's very simple. It's like division, but instead of giving you the quotient, it gives you the remainder. So if you do like 6, so if you do 6 divided by 2, the answer is 3 with a remainder of 0. Okay, so modulo 6 modulo 2 would be 0 because there's no remainder. But here, see where it says 7 modulo 3, like 7 divided by 3 would be 2 with a remainder of 1. So the answer you get is 1. So that's kind of how that works. Okay, I modulo j have the same sign as j, unlike c. Oh, that's kind of weird. So if you do a negative modulo positive, the second number is going to be positive. But I'm guessing that if the second number is negative, then it is going to be negative. That's kind of weird. Um, exponentiation, I'm not like too familiar with that. Okay, well, basically, hmm, I haven't like really learned a language like this, so I'm like, what do I do? We need to mess around in an environment somewhere. I'd say probably the best thing I can do right now is figure out how to get Python running on my computer. So I actually already have Python. Um, you can just, pretty sure you can just download that from their website. Yeah, okay. So you can just download Python. Um, how to set up a Python project. All right, let's do this. JetBrains will tell us the way. Of course, I'm not using PyCharm. I like VS Code. I think it is the superior editor. Of course, I've never used PyCharm. I've also never used IntelliJ. I have used CLion extensively. I have mixed feelings about it. It's not my favorite, but it does some nice things. But overall, VS Code, I love it. I love VS Code so much. Okay, well, mm, okay. Let's try this with VS Code then, because I don't know if it how it works differently. Because I'm sure there's more stuff built in with PyCharm, and if we're not going to have that, then we need to figure this out. Okay, so in this tutorial, you use Python 3 to create the simplest Python Hello World in Visual Studio Code. Okay. So to successfully complete this tutorial, you need to first set up your Python development environment. Great, that's what I want. Okay, you need VS Code, Python 3, and the VS Code Python extension. So like I said, I think I have Python 3. Might need to update that, but then we need the Python extension for VS Code. So let's install that. Continue. Okay. Oh, fun fact. This is a project that I'm working on for a Skillshare class. So shameless plug there. If you want to see, I'm making a Skillshare class on how to, how did I describe it? It's JavaScript for brand new programmers. So if you have zero experience programming, this course is for you. And you can learn JavaScript. And I'll leave a link for that down in the description. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so let's install this here. So this is going to give us IntelliSense, which if you don't know is basically Visual Studio's like suggestions. They're really nice. Linting, which is, I always get confused. What is linting? Fine, linting. The process of making lint. Thank you. Okay, linting is the automated checking of your source code for programmatic and stylistic errors. Oh, so basically when you're writing code, it'll give you like red squiggly underlines and things and tell you if something's wrong without you actually compiling or running your code. So linting, super nice. Debugging, great, love that. Jupyter Notebooks, I don't really know about that, but I've heard of it. Code navigation, code formatting, refactoring, variable explorer, test explorer, and more. Wow, that sounds awesome. Okay, so this says quick start. Install a supported version of Python. Great. Oh, note that the system install of Python on macOS is not supported. I don't really know what that means, but if you're on a Mac, that could be a problem. So you want to look into that. Install Python extension for VS Code. We got that. Open or create a Python file and start coding. Okay. Okay, let's try that. I'm gonna open up a new folder here. Let's do. I need a YouTube folder. Can't believe I don't have that yet. YouTube, and we're gonna say Python. Okay. Great. Do not save. Okie doke. Trust everything. Trust it all. Okay, we need our Python extension. Also, this video is now really long, sort of, so I'm gonna cut it off about here, and if you want to watch more, then please watch the next one. All right? Okay, see ya, bye.